Hi, welcome to my channel again, live documentary. Today I would like to talk about a story regarding the coach that came from Zimbabwe. I believe his name was George Chigova. There's something about if his passing is the will of the Almighty. Again, when we pass after being on earth for a certain period of time, we can say it's the will of God or it's not, depending on what is going on. So I'm going to start by addressing the fact that this coach apparently had some cardiac issues, and along the line he decided to, according to the videos that was being passed all around, apparently it looked like he went to the church to get some healing. Again, there's nothing wrong with praying, getting healing, if that's what the person believes, but you still have to address what is going on medically, because the prayer may not be able to take away what needs a medical attention. The medicine is there for a reason, and we need to use that to our own advantage. So when he went there, so a couple of things I would like to address in this video before we continue will be addressing our ignorance as human beings, the choices we make, and how the choices we make can make a big impact on the results. And also, I'm also going to look at, when we pass on, what is the will of God in that regard. So in this case, the coach apparently went to seek healing from a pastor. This pastor happened to be someone who didn't have a clue of what cardiac issue or how serious cardiac issue may be. He didn't even understand, according to the video that we're seeing all around. He couldn't even understand when this coach was saying something in regards to, I was told that my heart is enlarged or something like that. Towards that, the coach was saying that his heart is big, and he was told by the doctor that his heart is enlarged, that he's big, and the pastor in turn translated that as he has a BP issue. So having a big heart or a large heart is quite different from having a BP. Yes, of course, you can have high blood pressure, high BP as a result of that, and you can have complications with other heart issues as a result of high blood pressure. But that was two different things. Of course, the pastor did not understand that, and he quickly assumed that this coach didn't have issue, or however it translated it, and totally disregarded the coach's heart condition. So this is a lesson for us, understanding that we all have different roles. If you are a pastor and you have no formal education, no experience in anything medical, please do not to give medical advice. Being a pastor and being a doctor are two different things. They are not the same at all. So as a pastor, you need to stay on your lane and be a pastor. And let the doctors that know what they are doing do what they do. The best thing you need to do is to, yes, you can pray for your member or someone seeking help or prayers from you, but you cannot give a medical advice. That means you will be practicing medicine without having the qualification. You have to let that person seek. The least you can do is pray for them, do what you have to do as a pastor, play your own role, and let them continue to seek recommendation and treatment from the doctor. If they decide not to do that, then it's totally their choice. At the end of the day, you won't have to bear that cross. You won't have to share in that blame, because you took your own stand and clarified the need for them to follow a medical practitioner, because you are not. And as a clergyman, which you are, you do your own part. So going back to talking about, because some people are saying, it's the will of the Almighty that this coach at 32 passed on. And some people are saying, no, he's totally too young. He's only 32. That couldn't have been the will of God. In life, we are all here, and after a certain period of time, we may not like it, but time comes for us to leave and depart this world. It doesn't have anything to do with age. It could be any age. Even as we love to see the older ones go before the younger ones, sometimes it's not always like that. So we have to understand that in life, first of all, we make choices. That's why the Almighty gives us the will. He gives us the free will. Sometimes we wonder, why is this happening? Why is this happening to us? That is because we have been given the free will. And because we have this free will, we are able to do whatever we want to do. We are able to make choices. But we have to also understand that after we make that choice, or we make the choices, then we have consequences. It's just like, casting a stone, picking up a stone and throwing a stone. Once you throw that stone, you can't take that stone back. It now means that whatever comes back as a reaction of that action of throwing the stone is the consequences. So sometimes we make a decision and we have to wait for those consequences of what decisions we've made. It is very deep, and it's not something we can understand in a day. But just like the topic, going back to, is it the will of God, is it not the will? We can't say it's the will or it's not the will, because as humans we have a certain life path that we have to tow. Everybody has a different life path they have to tow. Mine is different from yours, and yours is different from mine. Because we can say it's the will, that it happens to one person and it doesn't happen to others. We can also say, okay, oh, I'm blessed because this did not happen to me, or I'm blessed because this happened to me, whatever it may be. Just because bad things happen to some people, again, we may call it a bad thing. There is always blessing in everything, both in good and bad. And that's why I always say, be grateful, be thankful, whether it's something good or something bad. Because a lot of times we believe that, oh, something is bad, but there is some good in it, because we never, and that's why some of us believe there is every disappointment is a blessing. We say it without even understanding deeply what we're talking about. Because sometimes good things you may even be thinking is a good thing, and then something bad comes out of it. So we have to constantly be grateful. We have to constantly be thankful. And we should not always see everything that we think is bad as bad. And everything that is good may not always be good. But we just have to be open, because like I always say, we would always experience both the good and the bad, however we see it. Because it also depends on how our perspective matters a lot. Because someone may see something somebody else considers as bad as good, and something somebody else considers as good as bad. So your mindset also have a lot to do with it. So at the end of the day, be open, make the right choices, and please, if you have any medical issues or you've been told by a medical practitioner to seek help, to follow through, please follow through. Please do not try to seek a clergy's opinion or prayer or healing without doing the other part of following the medical recommendation that you've been given. Again, we have that free will to make our mind up, to decide, to make a choice. Make sure you're making the right choice for yourself. You are your own biggest advocate. Thank you for listening to this video. Please feel free to comment. Your comments mean so much to us. Thank you for being here, and bye for now.